9 ways to sharpen your memory after 75 without pills or doctors. Hey there, my friends. It's your old pal, someone who's been around the block a few times. Let's just say I'm closer to 90 than 80 these days. I'm here to share a little wisdom, a little heart, and a whole lot of practical advice for all of you wonderful folks out there who are embracing the golden years. Today, we're diving into something that's near and dear to so many of us: how to keep our minds sharp, our memories crisp, and our spirits high after 75 without relying on pills or doctors. You know, when I was younger, I used to think memory was like a filing cabinet. Everything neatly stored, ready to be pulled out when I needed it. But as I've gotten older, I've realized it's more like a garden. It needs tending, care, and a little love to keep it blooming. I've had my share of moments where I walked into a room and forgot why I was there, or I couldn't quite place a name to a familiar face. Sound familiar? Don't worry. You're not alone, and there's so much we can do to keep our minds vibrant and strong. In this video, I'm going to share 9 practical, down-to-earth ways to sharpen your memory naturally. These are things I've learned, tried, and seen work for myself and others. No fancy prescriptions, no expensive treatments, just simple, life-changing habits you can start today. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's have a heart-to-heart about keeping our minds as young as our spirits. Ready? Let's get started. 1. Stay curious and keep learning. One of the best ways to keep your memory sharp is to stay curious about the world. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When I was 76, I decided to learn how to play the ukulele. Now, I'm no Elvis, but picking up those chords gave my brain a workout. Learning something new, whether it's a musical instrument, a language, or even how to bake sourdough bread, creates new pathways in your brain. Try this. Sign up for a local community college class or watch free tutorials on YouTube. I know a friend, Mary, who's 82 and just started learning Italian online. She says it's like a mental gym session every day. Not only does it keep her memory sharp, but it also gives her something to talk about at the senior center. So, what's something you've always wanted to learn? Go for it. Your brain will thank you. 2. Move your body. Boost your brain. You might be thinking, what does exercise have to do with memory? Well, let me tell you, it's like giving your brain a big, warm hug. Physical activity increases blood flow to your brain, which helps with memory and focus. I started walking 20 minutes a day around my neighborhood when I was 78, and I swear, it's like the fog in my mind cleared up. You don't need to run a marathon. Simple things like gardening, dancing to your favorite oldies, or doing chair yoga can make a huge difference. My buddy Tom, who's 80, swears by his daily Tai Chi routine in the park. He says it not only keeps his body limber, but also helps him remember where he parked his car. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of movement most days. Find something you love, and it won't feel like a chore. 3. Eat brain-boosting foods. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your favorite apple pie. Life's too short for that. But adding some brain-friendly foods to your plate can do wonders for your memory. Foods rich in antioxidants, like blueberries, spinach, and nuts, protect your brain cells. Omega-3s, found in fish like salmon, are like fertilizer for your memory. I started adding a handful of walnuts to my oatmeal every morning, and I kid you not, I feel sharper. My friend Susan, who's 77, makes a mean smoothie with kale berries and flax seeds. She says it's her brain juice. Try to eat a rainbow of fruits and veggies, and don't shy away from healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. Your brain will light up like a Christmas tree. 4. Get enough sleep. I used to think I could get by on 5 hours of sleep and a strong cup of coffee. But let me tell you, sleep is like a reset button for your brain. When you sleep, your brain processes everything you've learned and clears out the clutter. Without enough rest, it's like trying to find a book in a messy library. These days, I aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I've got a little routine. No screens an hour before bed, a warm cup of chamomile tea, and a good book. My neighbor Helen, who's 79, swears by her white noise machine to help her sleep soundly. If you're struggling to sleep, try creating a calming bedtime routine or talking to a sleep specialist. A well-rested brain is a sharp brain. 5. Stay social and connected. Loneliness can sneak up on us as we get older, but staying connected with others is like sunshine for your memory. When you talk, laugh, and share stories, you're giving your brain a workout. I make it a point to call a friend or family member every day, even if it's just a chat about the weather. Joining a club or group can be a game changer. My friend George, who's 81, joined a local book club, and he says the discussions keep his mind buzzing. Whether it's a church group, a knitting circle, or a weekly coffee meetup, find your people. If you're not sure where to start, check out your local senior center or library. They often have events for folks our age. 6. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Now, I know meditation might sound like something for young folks in yoga pants, but hear me out. Taking a few minutes each day to quiet your mind can do wonders for your memory. Mindfulness helps reduce stress, which can cloud your thinking. I started doing a simple 10-minute meditation every morning, just focusing on my breath, and it's like a mini vacation for my brain. You don't need to sit cross-legged on a mountaintop. My friend Betty, who's 76, does a guided meditation from an app on her phone while sitting in her favorite armchair. There are plenty of free apps or YouTube videos to get you started. Even just sitting quietly and noticing the world around you, birds chirping, the smell of coffee can make a difference. Give it a try and you might be surprised. 7. Play brain games. Who says games are just for kids? Puzzles, crosswords, and brain games are like a playground for your mind. They challenge your brain to think in new ways, which keeps your memory sharp. I love doing a crossword puzzle with my morning coffee. It's like a warm-up for my brain. My friend Dorothy, who's 83, is a Sudoku fanatic. She says it's like solving a little mystery every day. You can also try apps like Lumosity or even classic games like chess or checkers. The key is to have fun while you're at it. Pick a game you enjoy and make it a daily habit. Your brain will thank you for the workout. 8. Organize your life. Sometimes a foggy memory isn't about your brain. It's about trying to juggle too much. I used to forget appointments or misplace my keys until I started getting organized. Now, I keep a simple notebook where I jot down my to-do list, appointments, and even what I need at the grocery store. My friend Ralph, who's 80, swears by his wall calendar. He writes everything in big, bold letters so he never misses a thing. You can also use your smartphone for reminders or apps to keep track of tasks. A little organization goes a long way in reducing stress and helping you remember what matters. 9. Share your wisdom. Finally, one of the most powerful ways to keep your memory sharp is to share your stories and wisdom with others. When you talk about your life, your triumphs, your lessons, your funny moments, you're not just connected with others, you're strengthening your memory. I love sitting down with my grandkids and telling them about the time I met my wife or the adventures I had in my 20s. Try writing down your memories in a journal or sharing them with a friend. My friend Clara, who's 85, started a blog where she writes about her life, and she says it's like reliving her best moments. You could even record your stories for your family. They'll treasure them, and your brain will get a boost from the effort. Well, my friends, there you have it. 9 ways to sharpen your memory after 75, straight from the heart of someone who's been there. I hope these tips inspire you to take small, meaningful steps to keep your mind bright and your spirit soaring. Aging isn't about slowing down. It's about living smarter, wiser, and with a whole lot of joy. Let's make a promise to ourselves today to stay curious, to move our bodies, to eat well, to rest deeply, to connect with others, to quiet our minds, to play, to organize, and to share our stories. These aren't just tips for a sharper memory. They're a recipe for a richer, fuller life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're going to try to keep your memory sharp? Maybe you've got a tip of your own to share. I'm all ears. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom and inspiration. Here's to living healthy, happy, and wise, no matter our age. Until next time, take care and keep shining.